Hello, dear children. Before going to a new lesson, I would like you to ask you one question. Do you know anyone who always disagrees with you or your friends or likes to do the opposite of what everyone thinks they should do? Think of a word to describe such a person. And you know, children, that word is rebel. Before teaching the poem The Rebel, I would like you to tell you about the poet of this poem, The Rebel. This poem was written by Denis Joseph Enerai, who was a British academic poet, novelist, and critic. He authored academic year, memoirs of a Medicant professor, and a wide range of essays, reviews, anthologies, children's books, and poems. So, before teaching the poem The Rebel, children, I would like you to take out your book and page number 34. All of you look into the book, the poem, The Rebel, and recite the poem after me. When everybody has short hair, the rebel lets his hair grow long. When everybody has long hair, the rebel cuts his hair short. When everybody talks during the lesson, the rebel does not say a word. When nobody talks during the lesson, the rebel creates a disturbance. When everybody wears a uniform, the rebel dresses in fantastic clothes. When everybody wears fantastic clothes, the rebel dresses soberly. In the company of dog lovers, the rebel expresses a preference for cats. When everybody is praising the sun, the rebel remarks on the need for rain. When everybody is greeting the rain, the rebel regrets the absence of sun. When everybody goes to the meeting, the rebel stays at home and reads a book. When everybody stays at home and reads a book, the rebel goes to the meeting. When everybody says yes please, the rebel says no thank you. When everybody says no thank you, the rebel says yes please. It is very good that we have rebels. You may not find it very good to be one. So, children, now I will explain the poem, The Rebel. So, all of you listen carefully. In lines 1 and 2, the poet expresses the attitude of a social rebel. When everybody keeps short and uniform hair, the rebel knowingly grows his hair long. This he does for the fact that he wants to look different from others. In the lines 3 and 4, the poet says that the rebel goes against the custom and tradition of the society. When the rest of the society grows long hair, the rebel cuts his hair short. This he does just to have a difference from others. In lines 5 and 6, the poet expresses the thought when every member of the society talks during a lesson or meeting, the rebel keeps silent because he wants to be prominent. In lines 7 and 8, the poet says, when nobody talks during the lesson or meeting, the rebel creates disturbance by talking loudly just to look distinct. In lines 9 and 10, the rebel shows a different position. When every person of the society wears simple and uniform dress, the rebel uses strange clothes and odd clothes. He wants to look distinguished from others. In lines 11 and 12, the poet says, when all other members of the society use queer and strange clothes, the rebel dresses himself very seriously and soberly. In lines 13 and 14, the poet expresses his idea of a rebel. If some people love dogs as pet animals, the rebel talks about the usefulness of cats. He prefers cats to dogs. In lines 15 and 16, the poet says that If a rebel is in company of those people who love cats, he prefers dogs to cats. He wants to look different at all costs. In lines 17 and 18, the poet says, if people require the sunlight and praises the sun, the rebel is against them. He says that the sun is not required and there is need for rain. In lines 19 and 20, the poet says that when everybody of the society welcomes and requires the rain, the rebel says something about the sun. He feels sorry for the absence of the sun. According to him, there is need for the sunlight. In lines 21 and 22, the poet says, when every member of the society goes to some gathering and attends the meeting, the rebel stays at home and keeps himself busy by reading a book indoors. In lines 23 and 24, the poet expresses that when everybody of the society stays at home and reads a book, the rebel tries to find some crowd of the people and wants to attend to them. In lines 25 and 26, the poet says, when every person asks for something, the rebel rejects the same with thanks because he is a person quite different from others. In lines 27 and 28, the poet says that when everybody of the society does not like and does not receive anything and says thanks for that, the rebel on purpose requires that thing and asks for it. In lines 29 and 30, the poet concludes that it is very good that we have social rebels in the society, but naturally, it is not good to become a social rebel. The poet further suggests that if we already have the social rebels, we should tolerate them. Without them, life will become monotonous and dull. So, in this slide, children, the summary of the poem has been given. A rebel is a person who always disagrees with you. He likes to do the opposite of what everyone loves to do. When everyone has short hair, the rebel sports long hair. When everybody lets his hair grow long, the rebel cuts his hair short. When others in the class talk, the rebel keeps silent. But when others are all quiet, the rebel breaks this silence. When other boys go to school in uniforms, the rebel puts on colorful clothes. When other boys are in fancy dress, the rebel's dress is simple. If others are dog lovers, the rebel prefers cats. But in the company of cat lovers, he praises dogs. When everybody longs for sunlight, the rebel longs for rain. When others go to the meeting, the rebel stays at home and reads books. When everybody agrees, the rebel disagrees. The rebel are necessary because they help us look at life differently. But this practice will not suit everyone. Children, hope you understood the poem The Rebel. Thank you.